Hello, my dear students, welcome back. Today we are going to start revision for second assessment. So, for this, we will start very first with the glossary. Okay, so here I'm going to share some important glossaries with you. So, you just look at the screen and try to revise those words. Let's begin. First word is here trouble. Trouble means problem. Yes. Now the next word is bottom. Bottom means the lowest part of something. Yes, you can see in the picture. Now third one, began. Began means to start. You can say shuru karna. Yes. Now the fourth word is here, firewood. Firewood means wood used for burning or fire. Yes. Now the next word is afraid. Afraid means having or showing fear. In Hindi you can say darna. Yes. Now the next word is amazed. Amazed means very surprised. In the picture you can see all of them are surprised. Now the next word is upset. Upset means feel unhappy. Or you can say sad. Now let's move further. Next word is here weapons. Weapons means objects which are used for fighting. Now next word is club. Club means a heavy stick with one end thicker. You can see in the picture. Now the next word is clay. It means thick heavy soil that is soft and sticky. Now the next word, did dwell. It means lived, or you can say rehna. Yes. Next word is anonymous. Anonymous means an unknown person. And the next word is edge. Edge means the place where something ends. Instead of these important words, you have to revise all the glossaries. Okay? Now let's move forward for revising our question answers. Let's move ahead. So here our first question is, in what two ways do the rats look like each other? So both the rats were black and had long and curling tails. Yes, it belongs to the poem What Became of Them. Yes. Next one is again belongs to the same poem. How do you know the rats were proud of their tails? Answer, yes, the rats were proud of their tails because they told each other, yours is the finest tail in the world, expecting mine. So these two are important question answers for that poem. Now let's move ahead. Why did John put dolls along the bottom of the door? Answer, John put doors along the bottom of the door to prevent smoke from entering the room. This particular question belongs to the chapter number 5, Fire in a Hotel. Yes, so why John put the doll? Because he wants to prevent means rokna. Yes, he wants to stop smoke from entering the room. Entering means aane se rokna. Yes, now next one. Why did John and Chum lie on the floor? Let's read the answer first. John and Chum lay on the floor because the air near the floor would be cooler and cleaner. It means because of lots of smoke there, they are not able to breathe properly. Yes, so they need cooler and cleaner air. So because of this, they just lay down to take proper air. Yes, I think you understood. Now let's move forward. Why do you think pets are not allowed in the hotel? Answer, pets are not allowed in the hotels because if they are not properly trained, they can dirty the place. Dirty here means kharab kar dena. Yes? Now sixth one, what was Ram Singh doing in the forest? Answer, Ram Singh was collecting firewood near the forest. Now, next one. What did the police officer tell Ram Singh? Answer. The police officer told Ram Singh that he must send Goody to a zoo. Next one. What did Ram Singh then try to do? Ram Singh then tried to make Goody go back to the forest. Next one. Why did Ram Singh take Goody to the forest the last time? Answer. Ram Singh took Goody to the forest one last time because people were bringing a van to take Goody away to the zoo. And the next question, how was this visit to the forest different? The last visit, okay, they are talking about. So the last visit is different. Why? Because this visit to the forest was different because this time Goody went into the forest and did not come back. All these last 4 questions belongs to chapter number 6, Be a Hug. Now let's move forward for the next chapter number 7, the shooting test. Question is here, what kind of bird was it? What had the princess to do? So answer, it was a clay bird. The princess had to shoot it in the eye. Next one. What is the question Dronacharya asked all the Pandava brothers? Dronacharya asked all the Pandavas what they saw when they aimed at the bird. Now the next question. What color is the bird? Who asked this question? To whom did he ask this question? What reply did he get? So there are many of questions. Okay, so let's know the answer. Dronacharya asked Arjun what color the bird was. Arjun replied that he could see nothing but the eye of the bird and therefore did not know what color the bird was.
So in this way, we have finished the revision of question answers, imported question answers, but don't take it as granted that these questions are coming in the examination. Okay, you have to revise all the portion, all the question answers, but you have to pay attention more on these questions. Okay, learn with the proper spellings. Now it's time to revise grammar portion. Okay, so here I'm going to embed all these grammar videos in this particular one video for your convenience. So you can revise the important portion of the grammar and then try to understand it. It is really helpful to solve your grammar exercises. Yes. So let's begin very first with the preposition. Yes. Understanding it very properly, it's very important to understand it with the examples. Yes. So let's see very interesting example first. Children, notice the position of bird. The bird is under the tree. The bird is on the tree. The bird is in the cage. The bird is between the flowers. Again, the bird is on the tree. The bird is in the cage. And the bird is between the flower. If I ask you, where's the book? The book is on the table. And where's the pencil? The pencil is in the box. So here the word on and in both are preposition which tells you where the thing is. And these two words also inform you the relation between table and book and the relation between pencil and box. Now let's see one more example to understand it well. Look at the board. Children, notice the position of ball. Look at the position of ball properly. Yes? It changes every time and the words represent this also changes. Very first the ball is on the table, then next it is under the table, then the ball is behind the table and the ball is in front of the table. So, prepositions are the words which tells you where the thing is. Where is it? The pumpkin is under the chair. Pencil is in the box. The book is on the table. The carrot is on the chair. The snake is under the stone. And the apple is in the box. So the words like under, in, on, between, these are words tells you where the thing is and where's the place the thing is. So if I ask, where's the pencil? So what will be the answer? The pencil is in the box. Yes? And then if I ask, where's the bat? So the bat is on the chair. On the chair. Yes? Look at the position. Where's the football? The football is between the chairs. Yes? Look at the football. It is between the chairs. Next, if I ask you, where's the hat? So the hat is on the table. Yes? Look at the hat. Next, if I ask you, where are the books? So the answer is the books are in the shelves. Yes? So in this way, I think you understood how we use prepositions in our sentences.
Let's revise don't and doesn't.
Of don't and doesn't. As you already learned what are negative type of sentences, so you can easily find out in the present tense when we form a positive sentence to negative sentence, we should use the words don't and doesn't. So let's get started. Don't and doesn't we can use in simple present tense. We use don't or doesn't to make a negative sentence in the simple present tense. Like we have one affirmative sentence, you speak English. When we convert it in a negative sentence, you can say, you don't speak English. You cannot say you know speak English, okay? I think it is very clear. Now, let's go further. I don't. Present simple negative. When the sentence has I, you, we, they, then we can use don't, or you can say do not. Don't is the short form of do not. Yes? And when we have he, she, it, then we will use does not, or you can say doesn't. Here, just look at the examples. I don't like action movies. Rohan and Mohan don't speak Spanish. She doesn't wear glasses. You don't listen attentively. Here you can notice a very important point that in negative sentences we don't use s or es or ies with any subject after verb. Why it is like that? I wish you all remember our subject verb agreement video where I have explained to you that in simple present tense we can use verb plus s when we are talking about singular number, and when we are talking about plural number we will not use any s in the sentences. Yes? Children, did you remember this slide where I have explained to you when the sentence has singular number like he, she, it, we should add s or ies or es with the verb, and when it is in plural number we cannot use any s or es in the verb. In the example you can see two affirmative sentences. She starts new diet and you start new diet. Yes? Let's make these two sentences in negative. Yes? Let's do that. She starts new diet. It is an affirmative sentence. Now make it negative. She doesn't start new diet. Here you can notice we remove s and use only start. So be remember it. Now the next sentence, you start new diet. Here we can easily make it like you don't start new diet. So with he, she, it or any singular noun, we can use does not, or you can say doesn't. Yes, and with I, we, you, they, or any plural noun, we can use do not, or in short form, you can say don't. Let's have some more examples. First sentence is here, N dash like long dresses. Here N is a name, okay? So what we should use? N doesn't like long dresses. I dash want to go to the gym. I don't want to go to the gym. We don't waste food. Fourth one, Tina doesn't go to the gym. Fifth one, we don't go to the movies. Next 5 sentences. Kate doesn't eat chicken. Seventh one, they don't drive on Sundays. Eighth one, he doesn't like pizza. Ninth one, they don't like music classes. And 10th one, he doesn't know how to swim. In this way, we have finished this exercise.
It's time to revise more. The next grammar portion is question words. So here I'm going to attach the embedded video of question words here. So you can revise it here only. So let's begin. So here they are asking about favorite actor or actress. So these are two person. Okay. So whenever we ask about a person, we should use the word who. Okay. Now move on our next sentence. Where do you live? So here the word where is the asking word. Okay, so where means kaha. It said you about place or location. Yes. You can frame some more sentences like where's my book? Where do you stay? Where is your house? Okay, so in this way you can ask any question about the position or location with the help of the word where. Now move forward for the next word. When is the national day of your country? So here, when is about time. Okay, so the person is asking about the time. It might be date or any particular time. So whenever you want to ask any particular time or any particular date, you should ask the questions with the when. Okay. Now next one. Why do you want to learn English? So as I have already told you, why means kyo. Okay. So whenever you want to ask anybody the reason behind it. Okay. So you should ask the question with the word why. Why do you want to learn English? Or you can make many more sentences like why are you crying? Why are you not concentrating in the class? Or many more sentences. Okay. Next word is what. Okay, so the sentence is here, what do you do in your free time? So whenever you want to ask any information or you want to ask any about object or anything, you should ask the sentence with the what. Next one is, which do you prefer, chocolate or pizza? So as I have already told, whenever we want to ask any living person, we should start with who, and whenever we ask any non-living or any object, we should start with which. So here, chocolate and pizza, these are the objects, or you can say eating material or things. So you should start with the sentence, which do you prefer? It is not who do you prefer. Okay, be careful. Who is used for person and which is used for object. Understood? Now the last one, how do you celebrate your birthday? So how, as I have already told you, how means kaise. So it asks you about the way or manner. Okay, how you celebrate your birthday. It means they are asking about in which way you celebrate your birthday. Okay, so I think you understood all these sentences very well. The question mark type of sentences called as interrogative sentences. Okay, as I have already told you in our previous lecture, there are 3 types of sentences. Affirmative sentences, which are the simply statement. Then negative sentences, the sentences which has not with it. And the last one is, third one, interrogative type of sentences which are asking questions. Okay. So now take a quick recap. Okay, so the word what is used for whenever we talk about any object, idea, or action. Yes? And the second word is where. Whenever we want to ask any place or position, we should start the sentence with where. Next, whenever we talk about the word when, it denotes the time, okay? And whose is used for possession. किसका है? किससे belong करता है, okay? Then who for person. Whenever we talk about a person, we use who, and whenever we talk about any non-living thing, we can use which. I think now you understand how we use these words in question words, okay? Now the next word is how. How means whenever we talk about any manner or way, okay? कैसे करना है और कैसे होता है. And then why is always asked about the reason, okay? Why this happened, why this not. One thing you need to remember, you should put question mark at the last of the sentence. I think you all understood how to use these asking words in the sentences. So in this way, we have finished the revision part of assessment 2. We have revised in this particular lecture glossary, question answers and grammar portion also. Yes, so just practice all these exercises of textbook. Yes, learn properly with the spellings, glossary and question answers, and you are ready for giving your assessment 2 and get good marks. So here for my side, I really want to wish you a best of luck for your assessment 2, and after assessment 2 we will meet you in the next video. Till then, keep smiling, keep learning, and take care. Bye bye.